What's going on, guys? Bladezilla here, and today we're taking a look at a pretty cool one from Randy Doucette. This is the Outlaw. This is kind of how it comes. This is just a kind of a knife through the channel that my buddy Matt wanted me to take a look at, so figured I would show it to you guys. Let's get this guy out, and actually, you know what? Let's get a little bit of a background here, because this guy is brand spanking new, and I do not want to cause any concerns with it. So here we go. This is the Randy Doucette Outlaw. I don't know a ton about the brand itself. I know this Randy's in Canada and has a super loyal following for making some of the best knives in the business. You know, high tolerances, high quality, and it is certainly evident just holding this thing. It's certainly well made. And if you look down, for example, just inside the frame, I'm going to fire this guy out here. If you look down at it, you know, you can just tell it's a thing of beauty. It's not light. It's oh, look at that blade. Kidding me? And you think it would be like rough, but it's actually fairly smooth. Okay, well, this thing this thing's amazing me. It's a nice little liner lock in there. Let's do some measurements on it before we damage the lens here with some stuff. Let's take a look here. So, what do we got? So this guy, as we are looking at it, is to the tip. It's a little longer, but I'd say 8 3/4 or less. Blade length 3 3/4 to the choil. Maybe slightly, maybe 3 5/8 sharpened, but you know, fairly substantial size. Now, if we're comparing this guy to some other knives kind of in this category, I'd probably put it in there with like Peter Zenti. There's your large Nirvana. This one's not really in the same category because it's lower quality, but we've got our Hinder Eclipse size-wise. Just going to move a couple of these things up here. There you go. Just to kind of get an idea on size of this guy. It's not small, and it's got some weight to it. So in terms of the Shirogorofs that I usually compare, we'll grab some big guys. We'll grab our, let's go F95. There we go. So fairly, remember 8 3/4 I think is kind of what these guys measure at, so kind of give you some idea. And then our Neon. So there's kind of your three. To kind of give you some size ideas, and that's kind of how I would compare it anyway. But it is a different style knife because it is carbon. So maybe, you know what, let's grab, I do have that F3 Outdoors still hanging out here. Maybe compare it with that because it has a composite kind of inlay to it, but size-wise, pretty similar. Love that knife. Let's a little bit under the radar. But let's take a look at this a little further here. So blade-wise, what do we have on this guy? I actually don't know what style blade is. Is it written anywhere on there? Do I see it? It's definitely sandwiched. A couple different things. Kind of got a Dama vibe to it. But usually I'm guessing they'd write it somewhere on here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm blind. But you see the layering? That's what makes me think it's... God, that's cool. That's super, super cool. I guess the blade is called Takafu Sanmai. I don't know what that really means, but to me it means super cool. We've got a real nice clip on here as well, which I think is a Dama clip, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it's definitely a Dama clip. The way it's etched leans nicely onto the carbon fiber as well. If we're looking down the clip, just watch how it rolls. If I can get this to focus in the middle here. It's just a nice standard kind of spot. It's not angled to one side or duck billed or anything, just a standard clip. Looks beautiful, attached twice with a couple different torques, probably T8s. I'm guessing hardware-wise, it looks like those T8s. Yeah, it looks like it matches here as well, both sides. Yeah. And I love how the custom hardware almost looks like a gear pattern as well. Whether it's functional or not, I don't know. But just a cool looking hardware. Now, as for the handle scales themselves, they're calling it a ghost carbon fiber, which different angles of this, like I'm going to kind of rotate it around and show you. Different light catches it and it looks unreal. Both sides, and it tells me that these are not, it's not mass produced, right? They're going to look unique as you kind of move it around in the sunlight and whatnot. It's just going to get all kinds of different vibes on it. Now, I'm looking at it as well. So we have 1, 2, 3 attach points on the show scale, and then on the back, do we have 3 as well? 1, 2, second is under the clip, 3 also under the clip. So that's why you kind of look at it and it's hiding a little bit there. Detent, pretty strong, pretty, medium I'd say. Nice feel to it. Beautiful blade. Like I tell you, yeah, this one, I'm just looking at it going, the blade on this is just bananas. That's incredible detail work. I'm loving that. And I love how they do both the bottom part of the grind and this nice deep, almost like a, kind of like a deeper bellied Bowie. That's cool. And then they also blend it up top, that swage, but it's also still flat down the top as well, which is awesome. Now, a couple things here on my hand. Let's see. So I'm 6'3", extra large glove. Still have room on it. My hand fits in it perfectly. Definitely room for a thinner glove. I'm trying to figure out why we have this. Any guesses? Obviously it looks daggery, so maybe your finger doesn't slide up on it, but or it's so that your finger doesn't slide back off of it. That's what I'm thinking. Nice and comfortable, very, very stabby, technical term. Nice big choil, but overall the ergonomics of it, it's rounded, your hand fits in it nicely. It's very comfortable. The clip is not doing anything scary or unusual. It just fits your hand nice and well. It's a heavy blade, and I will weigh this guy because I do have my gram scale somewhere in the office here. Through the magic of cinema, we're going to get a weight and cut right to it here. There we go. Let's zero this guy out. So 6.7 ounces, or 187 grams. So 100 plus a Crosby in grams, and 6.6 ounces. So it's a heavy knife. There's no debating that fact. It's not light, but it sure is robust, built heavy, slicey. Sorry, it's not slicey, it's stabby, not slicey. It's a thick blade stock, obviously, so it's not going to be super slicey, but the grind on it, it's going to be slicey enough, and it is sharp. Ooh, definitely sharp. I just love how they kind of balance the blue anodized hardware in here with the clip, with the grinds on the blade. It just makes it like a perfectly uneven kind of look to it, but it works, which is so unusual, right? And then the ghost carbon, you know, you can kind of see these pockets inside the handle that just pop out, that match the clip really nicely. It's just awesome. I really would like to know more about this maker, Randy Doucette. I really don't know. Matt is all about them. He likes their work, and I'd like to know more. And just like looking down inside this as well, ooh, there's a lot of work inside this. It looks like it's almost like a polished liner of some kind. And I know I'm not the best at showing this, but hopefully you can get an angle on it. There you go. See the angling, or see the light? It's kind of reflecting on the inside there. It's all kind of like brushed or like ground in circles and stuff. Like it's got a polished look to it. Obviously not pocketed or anything for weight savings. That would be one thing that if the balance was off, you could obviously get some material in there out. But just real cool. I'm gonna check the balance on this now. Yeah, there you go. It's fine. Right on the center point, balances perfectly. So maybe that's why they're not milling it out, because that blade is so thick and so heavy. Why make it that way? Now, again, I love that they are giving you the lanyard option, which is awesome. That is built into the backspacer. If you guys have been following me long enough, you know that I like that, because it gives you options if there's ever any issues. What else do you guys see here? So I see some anodized hardware hiding inside there, which is a nice little detail, nice little touch. I see some space between the backspacer and the frame, which looks cool. That should show it a little bit better. How cool is that? Just the details, right? It's kind of floating. I just love seeing the details on it like that. It's nice, nice little touch. And then as we go back down, centering. Centering's pretty damn close, I think. Maybe just need a little tighten up. Can't really, yeah, you know what? Maybe it is centered. It's tough to show. And then what else do we got inside? So obviously I talked about it being an inset liner kind of. Yeah, you know what? It's a beautiful knife. I'm really impressed. Like, I don't know much about this maker, but based on this, I would love to know more. If they make something a little lighter with the same attention to detail, I'd be very interested. But you can tell their style. Usually with the makers, they have a style, and this one's probably got this oversized, heavy-duty blade. You know, very stabby. I'm guessing is kind of their style. It's just nice. Beautifully well-made Canadian maker doing high-quality knives in Canada. That's what I like to see. And the hardware is just so cool. I love that. That's certainly unique. Something that not everyone's doing. As I roll the light, you should see that. Now I just want to see the liner lock here. So the lock itself doesn't stick up, as per the Shiragoras. So maybe that's something that they could be doing. Kind of raise that up and kind of give it a little bit of thumb action. You know, it's not needed, but cool. Otherwise, great knife. This is me rambling on about a knife that I don't know much about. There you guys go. Which isn't probably any different than my normal reviews. So there you go. Yeah, cool knife. No jimping on the flipper tab as well, I notice. Wonder why they're not doing that. It's nice to get some grip, but it's very, it's like right straight up, right out. Yeah, a little bit of a hollow sound because of the carbon. Smooth. Definitely runs on something rolly bearings. I don't know what kind. So I guess it's called Steve Kelly hardware. That's cool. 3-piece. Nice. Let's take a look at those pins in there, nice and thick, as you'd expect for a blade this size. Yeah. Yeah, this is a work of art. Beautiful. Lots of little details on this one. The other thing, you know, a knife is good when you can just kind of look. There's no gaps. Obviously in there, you need that for the lock bar, but no gaps. It's kind of colored. Yeah, it's just well done. Alright, well that is me rambling for a few minutes about a knife I don't know a whole lot about, but I definitely want to know more about it, because it's got a good thing going. So that's going to be it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Any questions, let me know below. Otherwise, like, subscribe, share. Check the store, bladezilla.ca, where a lot of the items on the channel is featured. Alright guys, talk to you later. Peace.